What's going on, YouTube? I am God is my source, aka Gems. And you might be wondering to yourself, why do you pronounce the G like that when he says Gems? And my response is, I'm a grown man, I do what I want. And we about to get into some Sevin today. Last video I did, it was a Sevin song, allegedly, but Sevin wasn't actually in it. It was all Bizzle. So found another song. I have heard the song before too. So yeah, it's not gonna be the same reaction, but the song is hot. This song is called Broken Mirrors, also featuring Bizzle. Yeah, we're just gonna get into it. It is hot. And you already know what these artists.
It's true, in this life, I've never been the one. In your eyes, I've never been the truth. All you saw was a broken mirror. And it's true, in this life, I've never been the one. In your eyes, I've never been the truth. All you saw was a broken mirror.
Bizzle, I know what it feel like to get hit real nice when the rock on the side of your knocking cause you don't feel right to the crowd when you're rocking and hollering. You ain't no real Christ follower, how could you be? You don't look like you is, right? And you said nigga, so you ain't saved. You just wanted attention, so you just changed. You just wanted dimensions, you just hate cause you ain't paid. 6 years gone by and guess who ain't changed? Still repping for the...
Okay, just to throw this out there, I don't know if everybody knows this. So a while ago, I'm not exactly sure about around what time it was, but Jay-Z was saying some real crazy stuff. I know on a song or two on the Black album, like dude, he just flat out dissed Jesus. Of course, we know he has a song called Lucifer. I think at one point, he called himself a Freemason or something to that effect. And of course, people are always talking about, he's always in those Illuminati conspiracies, along with Beyonce. So Jay-Z has been questionable, like on a whole nother level of questionable for a while. But anyway, Bizzle did a song going at Jay-Z, and it was quite amazing. Arguably, it might be the best diss song I've ever heard. It's very close with Ether, which is ironically Nas also going at Jay-Z. He did use the Ether beat, I think, on that song that he did dissing Jay-Z. One of them, I think he did 2 songs dissing Jay-Z, but the one with the Ether beat, which is called Explaining to Do, whatever, that song is amazing. So let me know if you never heard that and you want to see me react to it, because I haven't heard it in a while, so the lines it might get to me. I haven't heard it in a while. It's amazing. But back to the song. I just wanted to put that out there in case you heard that line and was like, what's he talking about with Jay-Z? That's what he's talking about.
Like I'm supposed to do. I ain't never push violence or broke to you. Never call young black queens out they name. And you wonder why they want biz out they game. That's fine. I'll be the bad guy in the world to see who I shouldn't be looking at fly. These rappers attack God, these so-called pastors sabotaging our work and giving the church a black eye, but he still can't.
Okay, so I want to explain the little part he just did a little while ago. So I didn't actually, because when I heard explaining, it was old already. I didn't hear it when it actually happened. So, but apparently, what I gather from hearing this and hearing, he said something in another song also. So basically, he used the word nigga in the song he did dissing Jay-Z. Now, as many of you may know, and maybe you guys are also people black, I don't know, but a lot of black people use the word. Of course, we would be highly offended to hear other people use the word, but that's just the way it goes because of the roots. So he used the word in his song, and apparently he got a lot of flack for it because he's a Christian rapper. Of course, secular rappers use the word all the time, and nobody cares. but because he used it and he's a Christian rapper, he must have caught some flack for it, because it's implied in this, and he said it in another song also. Now, he also basically pointed out how, because it's crazy, because he's a Christian, you expect more from him, even though Jay-Z is older than him, and you should expect more from the people who are older. But no, you expect more from him because he is a follower of Christ. So, it's like he points out, like, oh, you guys are coming at me for saying this word, but Jay-Z can cuss up and down, diss Jesus, and degrade women, and you just bounce into it. It don't matter. But you getting on him just because he said nigga. You know, it doesn't really make sense. But yeah, that's kind of what he's referring to in that little section there. I'm gonna rewind it back just a little bit because I keep pausing it and maybe you can't get into the flow. So I'm gonna take it back and we'll go forward from there.
Ain't changed, still repping for the hood like I'm supposed to do. I ain't never push violence or dope to you. Never call young black queens out they name. And you wonder why they want biz out they game. That's fine, I be the bad guy in the world to see, so I shouldn't be looking that fly. These rappers attack God, these so-called pastors sabotaging our work and giving the church a black eye. But he's still king, and he's still God. And we still mad, so we still fly. He don't stop being the rock, cause we stepped off. And he is no less God, just cause we rap wrong. I don't look like Christ yet, but that's what I aim for. They saying it's impossible, but why should I aim low? Made in the image of God till even the snake spoke. Soon as we turned away, the mirror became broke.
It's just in this life, I've never been the one. In your eyes, I've never been the truth. All you saw.
Okay, so I feel like I need to get into that last line there. So he's talking about how we as men, and when I say men, I mean man, on this planet, man, were made in the image of God. Now, he also said in that verse, when we turned away, the mirror became broke. So the image of God, which we resembled, was then broken because of original sin. Eaten from the tree of good knowledge of good and evil. So basically, we were not flesh. Like we were made from the dust, but we had what I don't know if the Bible refers to it as this. We had what we refer to today as glorified bodies. So we were more spirit. So we lost that covering, which was God's spirit. Once original sin entered, we became flesh of this world, which at that point, Satan controlled. Obviously, Jesus came back and took control once he was crucified. But at that time, that's what happened. That's what that last line referred to, as far as when he says, he's talking about us being made in God's image, and then we turned away, and the mirror broke. All right? I just felt the need to explain that. Because I don't think because I only recently learned this in Bible study maybe a few months ago. Maybe it could be longer than that. But I feel like it was this year that originally, because I didn't know this, originally when we were created in the image of God, we were spirit beings. And that's why, and we had dominion over everything. Adam had dominion over everything that we know. I mean, the Bible just flat out says that. But, animals didn't attack us and all that type of thing. We had dominance over everything. And you think about it, because I don't know if it's really true, but it certainly seems that way. Like, Animals have like this connection to the spirit world where like they can sense spirits. At least some animals maybe. At least it seems that way, or it's portrayed that way. I'll say that. Now also once after the rapture, so when the rapture happens, everyone who is in Christ, who is caught up by the Spirit, will receive glorified bodies. So we will return back to that state because we are going to later, when Christ comes down for his second coming, when he actually touches down on the earth to reign for 1,000 years, we're coming with him to reign for 1,000 years in our glorified bodies. And so things are gonna go back to the way it was supposed to be when God first created earth and created man and his original design. Everything's gonna be renewed. But basically in the book of Revelation, he gotta wipe all this, he gotta clean all this out. He gotta destroy all that with fire so that he can return it back to the state that it was designed to be in. It's gonna be a new heaven and a new earth. Book of Revelation. If you haven't read it, read it. It's a blessing. It's crazy. It gets real crazy. Put the fear in you. Make you want to really live right. Get yourself together. Let's get back to this song. I got way off track. I'm sorry.
Was a broken mirror. It's true. In this night, I've never been the one. In your eyes, I've never been the truth. All you saw was a broken mirror.
Let's go. Hey. Since the moment he birthed me, it certainly hurt me. It irked me how the jerks in these churchy circles will curse me from the turf beat. It should be clear how I'm dirty, I'm unworthy, and I'm only here by his mercy. Firstly, I'd rather stay with the murk. They can squirt me in the middle instead of telling me it's clean when it's murky. They betrayed us, slaying us for taking it personally. Ain't gon' play it how he played it while you wearing his jersey. I was purchased, playing in the bed of the serpent. I don't deserve this. For I never said it was perfect, but I'm purposely planted to sink me deep. And me, the leaf is starting to break through the surface. The Father's defending me, ain't supposed to be befriending me. Y'all treat me like an enemy as soon as I walk into these churches. In 16 years, I have observed this. The gospel music industry is not truly ministry, it's a circus, bruh. Yeah, I was a killer. Yeah, I was a thug. And yeah, I was a killer. Hell yeah, I was a blood. And yeah, I was an addict. Yeah, I came to church with a vest and a semi-automatic. I was hooked on dope, and I was hooked on sex, and I was hooked on money, and I was hooked on gin. Chained down to a spell, I was hooked on sin. Christ saved me from hell, now I'm hooked on him.
It's true. In this night, I've never been the one. In your eyes, I've never been the truth. All you saw was a broken mirror. It's true.
And that's basically it. Yeah. The beat is, it's not crazy, but I like it. I definitely like it. It wasn't too much crazy going on with production there. It wasn't anything special, but it's on point. But the bars, particularly Bizzle's bars, were amazing. I'll definitely find a better song that showcases Sevin's talent. He is really good. He does have some serious bars sometimes. He's a punchline type of guy. Like Sevin is good with the punchlines. Not me personally. What really gets to me is the metaphors, the wordplay, and Bizzle's good for that. Bizzle can do it all, but Sevin's more of a punchline guy. His metaphors, he does have metaphors now. Don't get me wrong. He's just not, like Bizzle level type of metaphor, or I don't know, some other people. But wordplay isn't really his thing. He can do it now. Don't get me wrong. He can do it. Like he's got some decent lines. What was that song? Is it Time Go? Maybe I'll do. Even in the Way Up, wasn't bad. But I don't want to do those. all those songs because they're all featuring Bizzle. I'm gonna try to get a song with just Sevin, because he does have some songs that's just him by himself that I like. But them songs he got with Bizzle, man, it's like all of those are hot, like all of them. And, I could just keep going off of those. But anyway, man, let me know what y'all thought about this one in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm dropping these videos every day. Hit the noti bell so you don't miss out. And be blessed.